It's a Tuesday.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
When you're listening to this, I'll already, it's crazy. I'll already have come back from Palm Springs.
How was it?
Oh my God. It was so like,
Do you feel so rested?
Yeah.
Do you feel one with nature? Do you think you ever feel? This is actually so appropriate with this podcast that I'm going to share with you.
Oh God.
It's
nature.
called Stuck in a Rut. Here's
Stuck in a
11 these.
rut.
So late at night, I get
Can't-
these articles because I read at nighttime to see if I'm missing anything in the world. I'm trying to be more attuned. I don't know why it's so dumb because there's so much to read. But sometimes I'm like, is this fact or fiction? And then I get distracted.
I thought everything on the internet was facts.
So then I get distracted and I go down the rabbit hole of like these stupid articles.
Mhm.
The other one for Friday is really hilarious.
Mm.
Something like 15 grotesque cheating stories. Grotesque. Okay?
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh shit. So anyways, I was like, in a rut, huh? I didn't read them because I love to read them right to Natalie because I think sometimes I laugh because I think a lot of people would click on it because you're like, I'm in a rut. What are they going to say to
Yeah.
like, you're going away. And I feel like if you're ever in a rut, going away kind of gets you out of your rut.
Ooh.
So you're going to get out of a rut if you're in one.
Ooh. Am I in a rut?
Shit. You're not going to make me open.
I feel like what Kat and I have always noticed, and it happened like when we were younger moms, we saw it happening to older moms. And now it's kind of like we see it happening. It's like it really gets to this point where they're kind of like, well, what about now? And I feel we see a lot of women like wanting to go on, well, right now a lot of it is like no drinking. That's a big one because mixed with perimenopause and menopause, a lot of them don't want to do that. A lot of them want to go on retreats. They get very into like yoga, meditation, mindfulness, and all of that stuff. It hasn't hit Kat and I yet.
Which one? Like retreats?
Just like all of that.
I think because I was thinking
Because our retreat and our happiness is to go and like go and have like fun.
I just
like
thought,
like wild fun.
I thought how evolved we are as people because I really think that our like
you and me or people in general.
You and me.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I feel like
yeah.
about me for a minute. About us. I feel like our conversations really do
work through some of the things that people don't have the ability to have in their lives.
I can't believe how evolved we are as people.
Oh my gosh.
It blows my mind. Okay, listen, for a minute, I'm also going to sound crazy, but I'm like,
sometimes it's hard to talk to other people.
I can see issues walking on a stick. I'm like, oh, you've not dealt with your issues yet. Not that I'm better than you, but I can tell. You know what I mean?
I know. But the thing is that we have like daily therapy, you and me together, beating the shit out of every thought that crosses
just
our
like
mind.
Oprah didn't need it.
Oprah said she had Gail, so she didn't need therapy. But
Sally,
like literally, most people don't have a place where there's a judgment-free zone to talk about even a burning pee hole. You know, from a burning pee hole to guilt from your children being on the phone, to religion, to relationships, to parenting, to jobs, to body changes, perimenopause. Like we can talk about everything with each other.
Nelly. I just can't even. So I'm just trying to get into my article, but I really am like, I'm actually quite shocked at how involved we are as people. And I'm like, we have a lot of conversations about things that most people don't have.
What do you think it feels like to be in a rut?
I really do think that I think we get in parenting ruts, like where you're just like, oh my God, I feel like that was a big time during.
I wouldn't call that like when I'm finding it challenging. I actually
no, not challenging.
Okay.
When it's just like this, like you and I have been in the rut. We're like, oh my God, it's sort of like when
boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like Groundhog Day, and you're like, I'm kind of in a rut. Okay,
right.
Heels.
And a rut can also be like, for a lot of women, it's like, okay, I have come to a point and I've changed, whether it's your career or whatever. And I'm like, I no longer like how I spend my days.
Yep.
And I want to think about a way that I can change that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, how do I? Like, I've been doing the same thing for 15 years. I've been doing the same thing for 10, 20 years. I've been doing the same thing since I graduated college. It's no longer bringing me the same joy and satisfaction. Where do I pivot? How do I do it? Am I too old?
I think also a rut is the feeling of I want something different, but
Mhm.
I don't know how to like
Yeah.
ask for it. So it might even be like,
Yeah, it doesn't
I
have to be a
hate
big
this.
world thing.
I just am like, I'm so kind of like I need something different.
Mhm.
I have been doing winter often gives you a rut.
Yeah.
Or just kind of like you're in a rut in your relationship, you're a rut
Mm.
in what you're wearing, you're in a
Mhm.
rut of like your skin, like you're just like, I
Oh,
don't
I
like
do get in a major fashion rut a lot.
you do. So those things are like
Yeah.
baby ruts, big ruts, baby ruts. I don't think they're always
Mhm.
like catastrophic ruts. I would say,
I want to just tell you a little bit
and
about my fashion rut.
okay, right now you're having one.
Well, my fashion rut is very uh influenced by how I feel in clothes.
Oh, this is so insightful of you.
Yes,
Wow.
because when my jeans feel great and my top feels great and I feel comfortable in clothes that I like to wear and that I like the way I look in, I feel good. You know, it's
Okay.
like I'm comfortable. I put on these clothes and I feel pretty. I like what it is. It's like when I wear a Cezanne top and a pair of jeans,
You feel banging.
and I feel even better if I happen to like my footwear, but that's hard to do. I feel good. Like I could actually even have dirty hair and I feel like put together. I feel good.
Okay.
Right now my jeans are too tight.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, I'm not going to go buy new shit. So I'm just going to have to figure that out. But even like tops, I don't feel like perfectly like, when something just fits perfect?
Yeah.
Like it's an ease of a day.
You're a summer girl though.
Yeah, but I do love my
Jeans and a top.
a nice top, not in the sweaters that'll get too hot, but like a nice top. I just
A lady
feel,
top.
yeah, like any of the Cezanne tops. I love the detail.
You
I like
hate
that they're
casual
different.
wear.
It's not that I hate it. I just really feel put together in a pretty top that's unique and different. It doesn't look like everything else.
So you'd get out of a rut if you did that.
Right, but my jeans need to be comfortable. And I have all these jeans, and if they're too tight, then
Why do you get different? Don't you have a myriad of sizes?
I do. But my favorite jeans,
You need to get a whole bunch of favorites.
no, no. I just
I
need
have
to.
like ones that feel like pajamas. I have ones that I like. I have you just really get on that. Get on. I have sizes from 25 to 29.
But I like a particular style, and they're expensive, and I'm not going to buy them in multiple sizes.
So you need to get different styles.
No, I need to
I think
make them fit. I'm not just going to throw them out.
I'm not saying you should throw them out. I'm saying you're being very hard on yourself
Oh,
for one pair of jeans.
Well,
You're gonna get sick of them.
it's like 8 of them.
You have 8 jeans that you like.
Like I think so, yeah. 2 are my favorite, and I love them. And they feel good. They feel so good. They're so comfortable. They're stretchy. They're long. They're my Veronica Beards. My favorite. I just love the thickness. I love everything. I love the way I feel. My legs look long. I love
you are. They're a moment for you.
Yeah, well, I got a pair years ago, my first pair, and I got them on sale, and they were the last on the rack, and they were my size. I since then I've gotten rid of them, those ones. So I just wore them so much, and they kind of flattened my ass. But since I bought the new ones, I just like the girls, Veronica's. They're 2 friends, and they started the business. They're both named Veronica, and they're both 6 feet tall. So they had make really long jeans. So a lot of people have to get them.
Loves it.
But I love a long jean, and I love the style, and I love the feel. And so, basically, I just need to get rid of some of my frontal weight, and then I can feel happy again. Yeah, just like in the front,
I'll call it my love puff.
My love puff.
She's pushing for all that cushion.
She's right now. She's a mix of crackers and wine.
Crackers.
Really into crackers, like Triscuits and multigrain wheat thins. Like Triscuits, even sometimes with cheese melt them, sometimes on their own.
Okay, so she's into a cracker phase. And wine, you're back to wine.
Well, I mean,
she's always
sometimes,
there. She's such a good girl.
Yeah, she's a good girl. I mean, she used to be enjoyed more frequently, and for no reason she's not. It's driving.
Good girl. So if you want to do the rut, you can put on some new clothes, or clothes that you like, or a pair of Veronica Beer jeans.
And some people don't get in fashion ruts at all.
No,
they can wear the same thing every day and feel great about it.
Hit the reset button.
Okay, how do we do that?
You have to work on what's going on inside. That feels like a lot.
Okay.
My mid-40s was a pivotal moment for me. I was sad, lost, and seemingly stuck in an unhappy marriage. This is what you just said.
Okay.
I couldn't help but feel something was missing. Then, in a moment of clarity, I realized I wasn't living life on my own terms. It's going to speak to a lot of women. I was living the life everyone else expected of me, and I had been for a very long time. I know how terrifying it can be to reinvent yourself. It can feel like so many obstacles are standing in your way, but it is possible. I'm living proof. I think you can only know that if you actually have to get to that point where you're like, I need to do it, because I don't think you're going to do it. Like, I think you can live in a rut forever and then never do it. I think you have to hit a breaking point.
Did she tell us what she did?
Um, we often she said, I broke free of what was letting go. I was thinking, like, I had these thoughts in my head. We tell ourselves we weren't worthy, we can't do something, we shouldn't do something. I once jumped out of a plane at 10,000 feet in Hawaii, and it was the most exhilarating feeling ever. It was a good step of your comfort zone and to show yourself what you can do and how scary it appears, but to do something. I feel like that's us right now with booking trips.
Yes, I
Like,
totally
it's
agree.
like, we can't do that. We can't leave people at home. And now we're like, you know what? We're gonna work. I know that seems so privileged, like booking trips,
Yeah.
but doing something out of what we're supposed to
Yeah.
do by no one's rules, but our own. Maybe.
But that is like, that feels what some people, okay, so some people who'd never be able to do that because they just can't afford to do it. Understood. There are some people who do it and would never even think twice. Like, it actually feels rebellious.
Yeah.
Doing it.
When I went to a movie with Max by myself,
Mhm.
without the other kids,
Mhm.
felt very weird to leave people behind or to not bring another one with me, because it felt weird to be like, I'm going out with him by myself. I was kind of waiting for the shoe to drop or someone to be like, that's not.
Sometimes I feel when I go to sit at my mom's by myself, it feels weird.
I know.
I feels like but why should I not just be able to go to my mom's for a few hours? And no one's making me feel this way.
I know.
I just feel like, and I should do that all the time. I just feel, even if I were to just go over to like a friend's house on the weekend for a couple of hours, like
you should be doing something else.
I,
even though you'd be in your house by yourself,
yeah,
you should be doing something
yeah,
else.
it just feels weird, and I have no idea why that is. Like, because I know people do that all the time. Like, oh, I'm going for coffee with my friends. Oh, I'm going for lunch. When I do it, it feels.
It's our self-imposed rut because we think we should be doing something and we just never question it. We're like, I should be. And then you do it and you're like, wait a minute, who's setting these rules? I set these for myself. What the hell?
Very true. I definitely feel like when you were saying like going with Max, I feel that way if I do anything alone on a day.
It's like I have to whisper it, like, Max and I are
Yeah.
out. And everyone's like, what? I'm like, yeah, him and I are gonna go. I'm gonna go hang out with my son by myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and you guys, or I'm gonna go hang out with one of them by my. I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be, everyone's gonna be okay.
Even when I went like prom dress shopping with Taylor this couple times, I'm like, I'm gonna go. I like, and I'm sure nobody made me feel this way.
No, we just feel weird.
Unless they did, and maybe that's why I feel that way. But I don't think so. Like, oh, you're gonna go for a few hours just dress shopping? Yeah. And when I got there was all these moms with the daughters just dress shopping, and I was wondering, do any of you feel the way I feel?
I know. We just self-impose these rules we put on ourselves.
Yeah, actually, you know what? How are we gonna? We need to do more of that. I don't want to feel that way. Good.
That is why we do this podcast.
Like, remember that time when you were like, "Why don't you come over for coffee this morning?" And I came over.
Yeah, and you were like, "This. Wait a minute, I can go over for coffee."
And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be over in 5 minutes." Like,
I know.
Why would we never thought of that?
It was a Saturday, and we didn't have to be together. I'm like, just come over and sit and talk, and you did, and it was lovely.
And I never do it with anybody.
No, I know. We need. That's what, guys. Universally, let's make a pact. Let's break out of our ruts that we think we should be doing, but we don't.
And let's share with each other when we do it and see how it felt and were there any repercussions. I went for brunch with 2 women over the holidays. And
where was that?
During
excuse me, I never heard of
you knew where it was.
Excuse me.
During the meal.
You feel guilty because you left me. You're your mom's. Shit, I should be with Cat right now. Sorry, you know what? I'm gonna let you have some autonomy. I'm joking. I let her do as she wants.
The one girl did not bring out her phone the whole time. So, and I think at the same time, not that I know, I don't think anyone tried to contact her.
Oh no.
The other one and I had messages from everyone in the family. So
D&D, baby.
What I'm seeing is that one
put boundaries in.
She has her own boundaries, and she didn't even check her phone. So I don't know if there was an emergency, if maybe something would have gone off. Maybe she had some sort of setting, because for us, we're like, if our kids call us twice, emergency.
Yeah.
You also don't want to miss the emergency, because what if it was an emergency?
My kids call me less than your kids call you. Which is, I don't know your feeling, but I remember last year, I'm like, oh my God, you have so many phone calls. It was much better this year.
Yeah.
Which is going by so fast.
Oh my gosh, going by so fast. Yeah, but it's more just like,
I get it, but we think we have to be.
Yeah.
We don't have to be. This is your permission to not. You go do what you want to do, and don't assume that you're going to be like bad for doing it. That's the guilt we put on ourselves.
And to be honest, for you and me, maybe it's different, but like our partners don't do that.
What? Go do their own thing?
They don't go do their own thing and be like,
They
"Oh, I'm
should.
just gonna go
Oh,
golfing for
they
the
should.
day."
They should.
I know they should, but I feel like maybe if they did, it might feel more normal for us too.
Well, we're starting. We're bringing mama back. Okay, number two, break free. This is, I didn't even read this. This is speaking to us.
Yeah.
Stepping out of a rut can mean different things to different people. Perhaps you just want to introduce some new recipes into your cooking repertoire. By the way, we're gonna make risotto after this.
I know.
Lemon.
I know.
I can't wait.
I know.
We're gonna make it with me.
I know.
It's gonna be so
I saw the Boreo out and I saw that it wasn't made and I was like, this is
I'm
gonna be
film
fun.
it. Or perhaps you're looking to make a bigger change with your career or where you live. I am. I want to move.
I know.
Or perhaps you want to move more. I mean, read more. Regardless of what it is, the key is to embrace it. We need to break the monotony and get excited and curious about life. If you don't feel motivated about what you're doing, then it's time to mix things up. Start with small steps and do something positive for yourself each day.
You know, after my son's hockey game on Friday night, some of the parents went out to this bar and there was a live band and it was packed
Oh,
with parents and families.
Every weekend.
And little girls were dancing on the dance floor. They all went to the girls' school over here.
Yep.
I asked the parents, and everyone was having so much fun. And I was just thinking, like, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, this just feels weird that like I'm out, and like the
You only
kids
had
are
one
here too.
kid.
I had another one joined us, but yeah,
But I had one of yours, but he went home.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so you took another one, okay?
yeah, another one joined us, and my husband, and I was like, this is kind of like I it's kind of fun. Like, it's kind of weird because I don't go out with these people, even though like I'm with them all the time.
You did something new.
Yeah, and I was like, this is, and the kids were having fun, and we were having fun. The kids were at one end, we were at the other. I'm like, this is kind of fun. I'm like, how has this been years that we've never done this before? Maybe they have done it.
Yeah, they do it. Those people do it regularly, but they also don't have 4 kids.
It's true.
And you are just at the place where
Mhm.
some of them can get around by themselves, and
Mhm.
you are just lucky that the games line. Like, it really is a series of, when you have multiple lives, it's not like you can be like, oh, let's just go. Some people, when they have younger kids, you can just plan your own life.
Mhm.
You can be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to take my kids there, but it doesn't always line up.
Yeah.
Everyone, and to take 4 kids out for dinner to the bar is a lot different
Yeah.
than having 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like, for you to
Yeah.
take all 4, all different ages, be like,
Mhm.
let's go to the bar.
Mhm.
Because every Friday night your kids are like, oh, well, no, fuck it. You find your own thing now. You do you, babe. Look at this. Number 3, let go of limiting beliefs. It's true that we're often our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
It's usually our thoughts that are hindering. Limit beliefs hold you back and keep you stuck. Some are nicely tucked away in our unconscious mind, and you may not realize that you have a choice or change. So they're going to say, start practicing your beliefs. What do you want? Practice it. It's practice, kind of. Getting out of a rut takes practice.
Mhm.
Don't just think it's going to come to you and happen.
No, it's
You
not.
actively have to do it.
And at first, it's going to feel like work. And then eventually, it's just going to be the way you are.
What made you say yes? Because you weren't going to go. They were going to take your kid. What made you say yes on the Friday night?
Oh, yeah, because they were going to take him for me. Oh, actually, I knew I was going to have to go pick him up. And I was like, I don't want to go home and get cozy just to have to go pick him up.
So like, I'll just go.
So I said to this one mom, are you, because I didn't want to just be with dads. So I was like, are you going to go? And she's like, well, I was going to go home. My other kids at home. I'm like, well, I'm not going to go if you don't go. And she's like, all right, let's go. And I
So you
was like,
both
okay.
broke out of the rut.
Yeah.
You both made a decision and you had fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
But you had to push yourself over the edge to go.
For sure.
Overcome your fears. I think that's a huge one. What if it doesn't work out? What if I try the thing and I don't do it? What if I'm like disrupting too much, like disrupting everybody else? If you believe the outcome to be successful, your mind will do it. Because I think so often we're like, oh, I got this, and then I'm somebody, and
then I also think in those situations, like sometimes you think that it might be too disruptive and that it will be like a burden for other people if you want to try something new. But you know, as long as the people around you actually care about you and don't have like ulterior motives to try to stifle you, they'll be impressed by you making a change. Like, let's just say you wanted to start something, a business, whatever. And by the way, and if it does not a business or a hobby, and let's say your hobby, let's say it's as simple as I want to go try pickleball, and
Yeah.
and you're afraid you're going to be terrible at it. If you're terrible at it, you never want to do it again, who cares? You tried it. If you want to start a new business and you think that people like aren't going to be like receptive to it, I think when people, especially at this time in their lives, are starting anything new, I think people think that's really cool and they admire that. And if someone's not happy for you, then they have ulterior motives of not wanting you to be happy.
Yeah, and they're thinking way too much about you.
Yeah.
They should really start
Or
thinking
if
about
it's
you.
your partner, because we've heard of women wanting to try something and
They're
the husband kind of puts them nuts because they don't want you to.
they're fearful.
They're fearful of you leaving and you really want to think about that. Like, why are you holding me back from just trying something?
Yeah, just try it. I think that there's two things here where it's like breaking out of there's so many different kinds of ruts, and I think that you have to discover which one is your rut, like what actually is bothering you, and maybe trying new things breaks you out of it. But also this one is tricky because it's like find your purpose, and I think that's such a big word for people to be like my fucking purpose. I've been trying to find my purpose for my whole life. I don't know what the fuck my purpose is. And they're saying if you sometimes find yourself feeling disheartened about your place in the world and wondering what more is there to life,
Mhm.
don't despair. This can be as simple as finding elements of yourself that you want or have always wanted to expand. So
Mhm.
rather than changing everything and becoming like a totally different person,
Mhm.
what is something you're like, when you're like listening to a story or like you hear, I think of when you see people online and you're like, oh my God,
Mhm.
I'm jealous. Not that it's
Mhm.
not like I'm really jealous.
Mhm.
That's probably something you want to go
Yes.
discover more.
Yes.
Like, oh, I want to do that.
Totally.
So if you are wondering what that is,
Totally.
that's that feeling that you're like, I want, you know what I really
Yeah.
want?
Oh,
I want archways.
me too. Yeah. Rounded
Is
doorways
that my
and
purpose?
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
My husband's up my ass about a dining room. He hates that we don't have a dining room.
Where would it go?
I don't. He says we have two living rooms. So
You
now,
do. You
now,
have 3 living rooms.
now I'm insecure about my dining room. But I'm like, where are we? Like, how many times am I having a dining room, and where am I putting it?
Well, and at the end of the day, this house was built, all these homes are built for a dining room. You purposefully,
Me.
yes,
No, me. I'm saying just me though.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
me.
you purposefully knew that what everybody else had did not suit who you were.
Not at that moment.
And you went against, like, you made a
Everything.
big move, like, because I can't imagine, I think a lot of people would have kept the dining room. You just knew the dining room is not me. It's never gonna be me.
No,
And I don't need
Natalie
to.
cooks for me.
Yeah.
You get it? And they told me when you cook for them to double the recipe.
Yeah.
If Natalie cooks it,
Yeah,
double
double
it.
the recipe.
Because either throw it out or they eat all of it. They're like, if it's Natalie, double it. I was like,
Yes.
okay.
But like, as and I can't believe that like your builders and your designers didn't really try to push you, and maybe
It's
they
COVID,
did.
They're like, I don't give a fuck. I was just, to
But
sit there.
that's because you knew you.
I do know me. I do, but now I
Like,
want archways. And now my husband's like, we don't have, because we go to everyone's house for dinner and we all sit at the dining room. I'm like, if you think that I'm going to have people sit at a dining room table when they come to my house, no, I am ordering in and we're sitting around. You come to cocktails. I'm a backyard house. I'm a summer house. I am not a winter house.
I think you know that would have been a huge waste of space.
Yeah, I'll barbecue for you and you can sit on you eat on your plate out of your lap. That's
and
what
by the
kind of
way, I
house
think
I
when
am.
people come over, I think they
know.
appreciate that style.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not.
But I do want rounded.
I want rounded archways and I don't want a dining room. I'm sticking to that. You know what? We can build a dining room outside. If you really want one, you know where that trampoline is? Fuck it. We'll put a dining room there.
Outside.
Yeah.
I love that.
I want a summer house.
Mhm.
You know what? You want dinner parties? Who are you inviting over? It's my house. I'm joking. You know what I mean? So, are you cooking? No. It's me, baby. It's actually Natalie, but she's not cooking dinner for you either, any of us. She's here to drink when she comes. Yeah, I said it. Drink.
Yeah.
Taking a quick break. Yeah, I'm a summer house.
Mhm.
I'm a spring, summer, fall.
Mhm.
I am not a winter house. I don't need a dining room.
Mm-mm.
So finding my purpose. I guess I know it. Not to have a dining room. What was that point about? Oh yeah, me finding elements of what
Oh,
you
is the
want.
rounded
What
thing.
I really want. Yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
I also want a house in I like the look of Palm Desert, but it feels very far to me.
I know.
And there's so many snakes.
I don't think you really have to worry about the snakes because the people over there never talk about the snakes. But I think what you do have to worry about is different time zone and kind of far.
It's too far because I really want my babies to always come back
Oh,
with me.
also, so you mean Palm Desert, like Palm Springs, right?
Yeah,
No beach. You like the beach.
I love the beach.
No beach.
And I like sunsets.
See,
I need to find a really good sunset.
You don't want Palm Desert at all.
I don't.
No beach, no ocean.
No, I don't want that. I want the ocean. I do
know.
like the look of it for a minute. Like I like California. I do like the feeling of California. I like that
What
feeling.
what we would love is Malibu.
Well, that's gone.
I know.
So it's tricky. But I do, and there's trees in my face. and I want more trees in my backyard.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that there this year.
Good. I know
The
you
purpose.
will. I know you
I've already
will.
started looking.
I know you will.
Tell me about your purpose. What are you looking for? Red archways and red outs.
Yes. I mean, the only problem is that I have had a photo of that rounded bookshelf before. I swear that everyone was doing
You
it.
have it.
No,
Aren't your shelves rounded?
no. And
Something's rounded in your house. Your
Mm,
window?
I don't have anything rounded.
Are they going to go out of style?
Yes, they will, but that's okay. They're gorgeous for now. Of course they'll go to everything. I was sitting in my kitchen and I said, you know, it's so funny. I'm like, we're gonna look at this kitchen one day and this is gonna be so old fashioned.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, it's so weird because right now, like people be, oh, it's so like I love your floors, I love all this. It's gonna look so dated
It's
one day.
time for us to renovate. You too. You don't want to. You don't want to update things. You want to do something fun.
Literally, my bookshelf is the one thing that I hit that I
Let's change
because I'm
that.
staring at my TV and I see it and I don't like it. And I
Let's
think
do
it could be
something.
better.
It's time. It's time. You're so ready to do something.
And I've already messaged people about it.
Let's follow up on that. I'm ready for your house to change. No, you're not. I'm ready to. I'm gonna do something. I'm excited. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna make some phone calls after this.
You know, when I walk into my house,
You love it.
I look like when it's clean. And I like the way my house looks. Like I'm like, this is a nice house. I like this. I like what I've done. It's going to be a very short period of time before I'll no longer like it and will look good. But I know what
And you've been there a long time.
I know.
You're not a
It's pretty
mover.
amazing.
My husband's already looking at it. He always wants
Yeah,
to move.
I-
It's a problem.
Yeah. If not for land transfer tax,
Yeah.
you know, because that's hundreds of thousands of dollars just to move.
You would move if there wasn't land transfer
Oh.
tax.
Yeah. And the moving costs?
I'm jealous of the house you almost bought.
Which one?
The one down the street, Home Alone. There's no backyard, but the house, the layout,
Which one?
the one with no backyard.
Oh, you wouldn't have liked it inside.
I love it.
Wait,
inside.
which one do you mean?
The one on the corner up there.
Oh yeah, I love that house.
It's
It's a perfect family home.
It's the perfect house. There's
It's
so
perfect.
much space.
And I know
Oh
you like
my
a backyard, but for me, I don't like a backyard at all. It would have been perfect for me.
Oh my god,
Perfect.
it is so.
It's
You
perfect.
walk in and you're just like, oh my god,
I love
it
it.
is.
I
And it's like
remember.
perfectly done, and it's not like modern, but it's not
Yeah.
old. It's just. It's
I
so
remember
perfect.
I had designed the furniture in the dining room. Like I had designed that room. I had all. The other thing is that when I move, if I were to move, I have such a distinct style of the home that I want it to look like, and I have it on the Pinterest board, and it is a lot of new furniture would be needed
Okay.
to have it.
And I love that kitchen is kind of like old school.
I
Like
know.
It's sort of like the 80s, but not. But it's so like back in. 'Cause
And
it's
that
sort of
little
like
doorway at the
it's a
back.
separate room from the
Mhm.
rest of the. I'm jealous. I love it. I love it. I do. I walk in. I'm like, I actually love
Well,
this house.
I mean, not that because there's not a big enough backyard, but he did say that he'd like to move sometime.
I have to. I have to take my backyard with me. I
Yeah,
look
you
at
need to
pictures of
take
my backyard, and I'm like,
It's stunning.
ah,
It's an oasis.
it's fucking perfect. If only
Yeah.
I lived in a warm. I was thinking it's almost time to open the pool. 4 weeks away. I better book it. I opened it in March last year.
March.
Yeah, I was open in March. My husband wants to murk me.
Well, good. That's
Did we take a
exciting.
break yet? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
we just did. A
Oh,
minute
we
ago.
did. Okay, good.
But about murking and husband,
pool.
I can't remember the pool. I forget. But
Okay.
there's a few things that like when I look online, I feel like draw me.
Yeah, so you know that's what you need to
Yeah.
do. So excited for this new phase of our life. Now put it into action. If you're in a rut and you don't want to do any of the things Natalie and I've already said, you could do number 6, which is consider learning a new skill.
Mm-hmm.
I should go to cooking school. Nah, you're going to teach me. Fuck that.
I don't. Well, first of all, my son thinks that you're going to naturally evolve.
Which one?
Teddy thinks as a cook you're going to naturally evolve.
You know,
She
he's
goes,
really pulling for me.
Yeah.
I really,
just like grandma did. So when I grew up, my mom was not, I mean, she was busy, whatever, but she didn't have, let's not a green thumb.
oh yeah, I have cooking thumb.
She didn't have a cooking thumb. So she made us food. Every night we had dinner, but she didn't have a passion for it. And over the years, it has evolved and she's actually great now. Not only is she's a great host, but she's also a great cook.
Good girl.
Okay.
Grandma.
So Teddy thinks that's going to happen for you.
Okay.
I don't think you need to go out of your way to become a better cook now because I don't think that's actually going to satisfy your soul.
You're right. Yeah, fuck it. What's your new skill you're learning?
Oh God, a skill?
That was
It's not a skill, but I should probably move my body more, but I don't want any help with that. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
But
I do love this conversation.
I know, but I should probably move my body just
I have to read that
mm,
article to you in full. You
mm.
have
So
to.
do I actually not have to? No, because
You have to move.
but I don't want to. Yeah, I
You
need to move
have
more.
to move lots, but you don't have to exercise. Two
Hmm.
very different things. When I was walking up and down the stairs taking care of Olivia, the 3 flights of stairs,
Mhm.
if you move, like when you're on Friday night, you're cooking and you're doing
Yeah.
you're moving,
Okay.
just keep that up more.
Okay.
Like it's moving, actually moving your
Mhm.
body
Mhm.
and not just,
Okay.
so I can see you in your head when you're busy.
Okay.
At home, you're busy actually.
Okay.
And then you stop. But
Okay.
you do move a lot if you
I'm
think
just
about it.
worried about the things like, when they go, they're like, you're gonna break your hip. I don't want fucking that.
You need to move. Just you don't need to.
Do I need to build muscle to protect?
They
Because I don't like I don't have any
my
arm
article
muscle.
said, but if you were lifting and putting the groceries away, if you were
Yeah.
grabbing things, if you are technically, the problem is we don't do this shit anymore.
Okay.
We just have everyone. If you like lifted your groceries and think about it, if you took them from the car to the thing, like if we did things just like holding babies. Remember when you were holding
Mhm.
babies, how strong your arms were,
Mhm.
and then you stopped holding babies.
Mhm.
It's just if yes, should you probably work out? Yes, but you don't have to achieve what you're trying to achieve. Is my point.
Okay. Never mind then. That's off the chain.
Like probably when you're cooking, even you're moving, you're doing the
Yeah.
thing. You probably get hot. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
just think about when you're moving.
Mhm. Okay.
If you cleaned your house, you'd be moving.
Well,
but when you clean your house and you go through everything and you organize
Yeah.
everything, you're moving.
moving. Yeah. Good one.
Gardening, they're moving. It's just the shit. It can be basic.
I think what pulls me, and I don't really know what the inner like what is, and I say this all the time, is like being out more, like out in my city.
Yeah, you need to figure that out.
Yeah.
You need to figure out what that is because that's a tricky one because you also love being home. So that's
It is very it goes they work against each other.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that when I'm out,
you feel great or better or fulfilled.
I'm kind of like, oh, now I got to drive home, but like I like when I go to another, if I ever travel, I always say to myself, when I get back to my city, I'm going to experience my city. And then I never do.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe I need to live more downtown for it to be easier. It's just too hard. And there's nothing good up here.
So, did you like that my analogy of you? It's like you want to be like, screw you, self. I can stay until 2 a.m. because you don't really, but you want to prove to yourself that you can.
In the moment, I'm not proving to myself I can. I'm just getting carried away. As the night goes on, you're like, I'm having fun. Oh, the time's going by so fast. I dropped off my son somewhere, and he was like, "There's so much around here. Like, there's so many restaurants and like stores and everything. They live like in the annex."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, at the fingertips, there's so much at their fingertips."
I know.
And he could sense that there was more action than where we live.
Yes, there is.
And I was like, "It's pretty young to be," because also they can walk to Yorkville.
Oh, Lord. I like this one. This is great for anxiety too. Live in gratitude. I know that sounds like bullshit, but I will tell you if you actually if you're having a panic attack or feel like overwhelmed, if you think about things you're grateful for, or you're like even small things, like I am grateful for my lips moving today.
I feel like you and I do not have a problem with gratitude.
No.
I feel like at the end of the day, if anything, if we're ever feeling low, we're able to say to each other and actually feel like all I have to do is look like wherever I am, go like this with my eyes.
And you're grateful.
And I'm so grateful for so grateful for
everything. We have lots to be grateful for, and we are very grateful for it. So yeah, I do like that one too. Write it down. Just like say anything.
Because sometimes you can wake up in the morning, you're like, what do I have to be thankful for?
Never.
Like I fucking hate this. I hate this. I hate my job. I hate my kids are shit. Like, and you can do that in your head, but those words and those feelings are actually a choice, and you with practice can turn those words around, and everything isn't shitty. There's always something good, and then you can build on that.
So I tried to be in a bad mood this morning.
Oh, how'd that go? I surely didn't hear you in a bad mood.
It was just for a minute because
I want to see what it was like.
Someone came, it kind of felt like I was a punching bag this morning, and I was just kind of like, seriously, I just woke up. You know what I mean? Like the dog was talking to me about because she loves her food in the morning, so she's like literally talking at me. I've got another one who's pissed about life. Okay, pissed. Like, the little one just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Like she turned it around, but just venom at me. And I was just like, I said to her, you really are like, let's have a restart because I'm not enjoying this, and I enjoy you, but not at this moment.
Mhm.
No, she wouldn't have it. And then just it was just kind of like everyone. And then Max came down. He's like, "Oh!" Like just making noise. I fucking couldn't. I was like, I. So I firmed. I was like, trying to be in a bad mood. I was like, I can't be in a
Oh my
bad
God, I know exactly what you mean.
mood. Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
when other people are in a bad mood, I want to act like I'm in a bad mood
yeah.
so that they'll notice, oh, something's wrong with her, right? But I can never make it
I
last that
can. I
long.
tried for so hard,
Because
and
when you do it, like if you try to hold it, you can't laugh if something's funny.
no, I just was like, I was just, I really was just kind of like, are you shitting my dick right now? Like, I really was just kind of like, seriously? It's Monday morning. Like, it is, it's like 5 minutes and I fed the dog and then I did the thing. And then I was in the car and I said, you know, I love being your mom. Like I love so much being both like all of your mom. It's like my favorite thing. I'm so
Yeah.
happy I get to be your mom. And I like even when you're in a mood, I love being your mom. And
Mm,
that's all I said. And I just thought to myself, if we could just say more to our kids, like if you're I'm so grateful that I get to be their mom. And I don't just mean like my kids. I'm so grateful that I get to do this. And at nighttime I try to tell them like I love being with you and I
mhm,
love my job of being
mhm,
your mom. So and
mhm,
I hope they remember that feeling because I think so often we say I love you, but we
mhm,
don't remind them that we love what we're doing with them. And
mhm,
I also am like, I love you guys as people. Like I
mhm,
love you as people. Like
mhm.
you're so fun. You're my
Yeah.
favorite people to hang out with.
Yeah.
And I want them to know that I appreciate them as individuals, not
Mhm.
just as my kids.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying them. And I think it's so important that as parents, we point out that we like this. And that's kind of like the gratitude
Mhm.
of being what you're being. That makes
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah.
So I tried. I was like, I actually really like being your mom.
I
You can't be
know.
in a bad mood.
I know.
Even when you're in a bad mood, I kind of like it.
I
And I'm
know.
trying here. I was like, oh, wow. No.
Those fuckers, like, I don't know. I don't know. And then sometimes I wonder, because all those 7 of them, I like so much, like all of them, like
Yeah.
I like them all. But is that us? Could we have a kid? Like, would we ever not like one of our kids?
We'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. You cannot like their behavior. Listen, I'm not saying it's all
Oh
roses and popcorn
God,
in here, but
yes.
roses and popcorn. That's a new one. I just think I want them to verbally hear, and I think we don't do it enough as parents, that like I really really enjoy you as people and I love being your mom. I think we need
And
to say that more.
and there's other, meeting other kids and just like other kids that are in your life and being like sometimes I think like you're such an interesting character. Like you're so like I often think to myself, and it doesn't mean that you're a really good kid and making all the right decisions and getting straight A's and all that, but like you're an interesting character. Like your parents are lucky to have you.
I think the narrative, because I remember one of my kids like, that's not normal. Like your parents, that's not normal. Because I think they hear online how annoying, like how
Mhm.
annoying they are,
Mhm.
rather than how
Yeah.
much they are. Because she's like, most parents don't find that. And I was
Mhm.
like, I don't think that's the truth. I think what you hear is
Mhm.
we talk about the hard because it's hard,
Mhm.
but you guys just don't know how much we actually love being your mom.
Yeah, and
And they
also
love they love it.
yeah. I told someone recently, this woman has a teenage boy, and I was just sort of like wasn't glazing, but I was
Glazing means
I
like big and up, okay? And disgusting means that it's amazing. Listen, now it's just and gross is great
oh
too.
yeah,
So
if you have
disgusting, gross, and amazing.
is yeah,
You know,
if someone takes a really good shot or they're really playing hockey well, that was gross. Pardon?
one of our friends
Mm,
was like, he's disgusting. Like, but if you like are talking to adults, most of them don't know
no.
what disgusting is. So they're like, what?
Uh,
But you can't really throw around disgusting as a 4-year-old person. You have to be like
yeah, yeah.
and you have to kind of explain what you're saying because most people aren't picking up what you're putting down. Just
Yes.
like gyat, most people didn't know what the
Yeah.
fuck gyat was until you're like, no,
Yeah.
a gyat is actually an
A
act.
bum
What?
bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and
So
that's gone
I
now.
was
So
glazing. I wasn't intending to glaze her son, but I was appreciating the person that he is. And then you don't realize like how personal like your children really are to you. And she was like, "Thank you for saying that." And I was like, "Oh, I forgot that you're the one that raised him and that
yeah,
this product
this product
is
for
partially
$4.99 is partially
is
yours.
partially because of you." And she was like, "Thank you." And I was like, "Oh, right." I was like, "I didn't mean to compliment you. I was just saying."
It's like when people compliment my dog.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh my god, she's so cute,"
oh,
and I'm like, Like, I didn't make her, but okay,
Yeah.
like she did it herself. Like, it's so weird because I'm like, thanks, but I did nothing in the process. Like, really, I did nothing. That one is on its
No,
own.
but you can take some credit for
I'm
the
gonna feel
kids.
weird doing it. Yeah, for the kids, I do.
Mhm.
Sometimes
Oh,
like
the dog, yeah.
dogs for
Your
okay.
dog's so cute. Okay, well,
I literally am like,
not my
it's
genes.
not me. I know she's a good one, isn't she? She got good. She got cute. I actually am gonna end on this one because
Mhm.
I love it, even though there's 11. They're so good. What time is it? Do we have to
No,
call it
we've
break?
definitely gone over.
I
We're
know.
at 40 minutes, but we can do a
Oh,
part two for this because I like these things.
okay.
We've got
Well,
so much to say
why
about
don't we
them.
just do a part two right now and I'll talk? Like
Okay.
part two. So next week we'll finish the list.
Okay.